What is the best decline chest press? There aren't a whole lot of decline chest press machines on the market for some reason, even though I feel like from my perspective, anatomically, biomechanically, it's probably the most effective chest pressing movement to build pecs. There aren't a whole lot of them. So I want to compare two decline chest presses that I'm very fortunate to have directly to each other today. And tell me what you guys think.
So we are going to compare two dedicated decline chest presses, the Hoist Roc-it decline chest press to the Panatta decline chest press. So two really cool, unique decline chest press machines that are extremely effective at stimulating the chest. So starting with the Hoist Roc-it here. So the movement of this is excellent, as the other chest pieces as well. It's extremely comfortable. I'm not getting a ton of anterior deltoid strain, and it's really isolating my pecs. There's a little bit of tricep involved at the peak contraction, but not a ton compared to other upright chest presses. You can see there's some convergence. I actually would probably prefer a little bit more convergence, but the convergence on both of these is very comparable. But you see how the handles angle up on the overhand grip. There's obviously only one handle grip on the decline versus the chest press and the incline chest press from the Hoist Roc-it line. But it just follows right along the pec fibers. It's an excellent feel. So the Hoist Roc-it is slightly a more quote-unquote wobbly feel than the Panatta here you're going to see. The Panatta is much higher quality build, but as far as muscle building, they're both excellent. So you can see with the Panatta, it's actually a slight bit more of a decline movement. It's extreme decline, really pressing down. So the way the seat is, so a lot of declines I like to sit really high, but this one, it's like the seat, you have to have it all the way down, otherwise you're too low. I feel the neutral handles on this are probably more effective than the overhand handles. For some reason, they made the overhand handles slightly at a downward angle, I'll show you in a second, as opposed to an upward angle like the Hoist Roc-it. So the overhand prone handles, it's a different feel. It still feels good, but I prefer the angle of the overhand handles on the Hoist Roc-it decline. But you can see from this angle, it's actually like an extreme decline press. It feels to me very much almost like the Nautilus Nitro Pec Fly machine. It's that same angle, a really extreme angle. But it's extremely smooth. The strength here is excellent. And obviously the beauty with this is that there's a pre-stretched foot lever. Like I said, the build on these is just phenomenal. But I mean, if you're an extremely tall person, this may actually not fit you very well. If you have a very, very long torso, you may find yourself pressing way beneath your pecs. So it's not really a pec movement as much as a deltoid movement at that angle. But I love decline presses. They're just an excellent feel to them. So you can see there is some convergence on this. I actually would probably prefer a little bit more convergence on this. I would say there's slightly more convergence on the Hoist Roc-it than there is on this. And you can also see the angle of the overhand handles. It still feels awesome, but it's slightly more comfortable than neutral handles. But two excellent, amazing machines. Very fortunate to have them.
So there are EMG studies actually that show like a decline chest press done correctly actually stimulates just as much, if not more, upper pec as most incline chest presses. My experience is most incline chest presses are way too steep. At least for me and my anatomy, the way my clavicle is, like too many angles, like the Nautilus Explode, those types of chest presses are way too steep, and they tend to just cause a lot of anterior deltoid strain for me. So there's probably the only decline chest I don't have that I know of that I would probably like to have is the Atlantis. I'll get it at some point. But what are your thoughts, guys? For you, what is the most effective chest press machine that you've ever used?